Hi, y'all. As promised, we're going to have 3 days of flipped classrooms. And those of you who can will watch these 3 short lectures, then go on Edmodo, answer the questions, and then you'll be able to use class time to make your own videos. So we're talking about the 1940s. I'm going to start first with Black Americans who served during World War II. Black Americans served this country in large numbers, but they did not serve on an equal basis with whites. African Americans were segregated during World War II into all black units. They were often treated poorly by the white American soldiers they encountered. African Americans who served in World War II said that if you went into a U.S. Army camp in Europe, you would think that there were no black soldiers fighting because all the white soldiers were in the front of the camp and all the black soldiers were in the rear. So black Americans are risking their lives on an equal basis with whites, but they're still segregated to the back of the bus. Black Americans felt this discrimination so intensely that they started referring to the double victory, the defeat of Hitler and fascism abroad and the defeat of racism at home. They called it the double V. Black Americans at home during the war are making advances. There is this convergence of circumstances that increases their job opportunities. The American economy often treats women and African Americans as a surplus, low-paid labor force. What happened during World War II is that there are 15 million men fighting in Europe. So there's a labor shortage at home, and we know from economics that when there's a shortage, wages go up. And there's a great deal of movement. If you aren't happy with your job, you move to another job or to another place looking for better conditions. Remember when we talked about World War I? Most Black Americans at that time were tenant farmers in the South. The Great Migration of World War I was the movement of African Americans from southern tenant farms to northern industrial cities. During World War II, this transformation is complete. There are 2 trends in it. You have 1 million blacks moving from southern tenant farms into southern cities, where they become wage earners, and you have 2 million blacks moving from southern tenant farms into northern cities, where they also become wage earners. They also move out to the Pacific Northwest because shipbuilding has traditionally been a strong occupation for African Americans. This migration created one of the most urban minority groups in the United States. And although blacks and women at this time are getting 1/2 to 3/4 what white men make, it's still much more money than they've made before. Okay, so your questions are on Edmodo are review. In the 1940s, thousands of black workers become union members. We talked about the 1930s last week. What labor union that is new in the 1930s is enrolling African Americans in large numbers? And second, what was the union that the United Auto Workers belonged to that supported the 1936 Flint sit-down strike? See you next time.